Well, Aladdin is one of the cartoons we remember fondly, from its iconic songs to memorable characters and the spectacular performance of Robin Williams as Genie. But behind this beloved animation lies a wealth of facts, theories, and conspiracies. In this video, we're uncovering some of the most controversial and interesting theories, from the origin of the story to the conspiracies about the film's locations and events. So I hope you find these ideas interesting. By the 17th century, Galland translated the book from Arabic into French under the title Thousand and One Nights. In his hands, the stories grew richer, incorporating famous tales from Arabic folklore like Sinbad, Ali Baba, and Aladdin. Aladdin was never part of the original Thousand and One Nights. It emerged from an oral storyteller, possibly carrying Jewish influences. Eventually, the English translation gave the book its famous name, The Arabian Nights. Also, some of the events from the story are different from the Disney version. Like, the story situates the events in China, yet this China is more of a symbol than a map point. Translators may have taken metaphors literally, because in Arabs' imagination, China was symbolic of a faraway land, almost a mythical land. Or like there is a second genie which comes from a ring, and that there is no sorcerer vizier, and the sorcerer is actually pretending to be Aladdin's uncle. Or the love story between Aladdin and Jasmine is added and expanded by Disney. The events of this story take place in China, which we discussed was actually a Middle Eastern Arab region, and the word China only emphasizes a faraway land. The story is about a poor boy called Aladdin who embarks upon a journey involving sorcerers, magic, genie, king, and princess. Aladdin was born into a poor family and lives with his mother. One day, a stranger knocks on their door and introduces himself as Aladdin's uncle from North Africa. But then he takes Aladdin on a business trip, but eventually shows his true motive. He persuades and threatens Aladdin to go inside the cave and gives him a magic ring for protection. He wants Aladdin to bring him a magical lamp, which lies inside this cave of mysteries. Eventually, Aladdin goes inside and finds wonders within the cave, hoards of wealth and treasures. He finds the lamp but gets trapped inside, and the sorcerer, thinking Aladdin is dead, leaves. Aladdin, in despair, robs the ring and inadvertently summons a lesser genie. The genie takes Aladdin out of the cave and back to his mother. And all of a sudden, his mother unintentionally summons the greater genie from the lamp, who can fulfill any wishes of his master. Aladdin uses the genie's power to marry the Sultan's daughter by meeting the Sultan's conditions. The Sultan's conditions was that Aladdin must send him 40 trays of gold, each filled with the same type of precious jewels and carried by 40 black slaves led by 40 handsome white slaves. And Aladdin uses the power of the genie from the lamp to marry the Sultan's daughter. Later, the sorcerer finds out about Aladdin's fame and returns, stealing the lamp and the princess. Aladdin, with the help of the genie from the ring, retrieves the lamp, defeats the sorcerer, and the story ends. As most of us probably know, King Solomon was one of the Old Testament's figures who brought prosperity and might to the kingdom of Israel. Solomon was distinguished for some of his unique talents and knowledge about certain things. It is said that during his reign, he collected hundreds of scrolls about the ways of arcane powers and how to use magic, like bending the winds to his will or commanding dark spirits and demons to his desire, leading to the construction of the first temple in Jerusalem. With his power, he gained great wealth and gathered the treasures of the world. Before his passing, it is said that he took all his wealth and secrets and hid them somewhere safe and out of humans' reach. This place is said to contain all that Solomon had, from the ring with which he could command demons, his magic carpet with which he could fly to any place he wanted, his scrolls of knowledge, and his unspeakable wealth. In the story, we can see each of these items found: the carpet, the genie bound to the lamp, the ring, and Solomon's great hoards of gold and jewels. And in both the Disney and the original story, it is more likely that the Cave of Wonders is in fact Solomon's hidden treasure. There is no solid and valid account of whether this treasure has been found or not, but there are theories and conspiracies and speculations that it may have been discovered. As I said before, the story or writer has probably been under the influence of Judaism and Hebrew folklore. Aside from the treasures of Solomon, which I discussed before, there are undeniable references and mentions from Jewish beliefs, like magic, binding demons and commanding them, demons and genies to fulfill wishes. In Jewish mysticism and folklore, there is a solid body of information and teachings about the use of magic and incantations. One of its ways to access divine power is through communicating with angels using spirits and binding or commanding demons. In Aladdin, we can see two genies bound to certain objects, in this case a ring with which he could summon and command demons. This ring was said to be engraved with the name of God on its jewel, serving as a vessel to channel divine authority and then command spirits. There are several mentions of this type of magic in Jewish midrash, especially the use of God's name and power to achieve goals. So from different ancient civilizations and cultures, I would say the story took many of its roots from Hebrew folklore. The stories teem with genies and demons, metaphysical beings who are deeply rooted in ancient beliefs and tales. Across Persia, India, and the Near East, Indo-European and Semitic traditions are intertwined, creating a syncretic tapestry of tales from gods, demigods, demons, and genies. In the end, Thousand and One Nights is more than a book. It is a crossroad of culture and a combination of different ideas situated on a common ground of similar culture, where folklore and mysticism appear together. There are several other symbols and elements of the story that are rooted deeply in the ancient cultures and mythologies of the old world that are worth mentioning, like the relationship between three wishes and Trinity. But I don't want to make this video any longer, so I will put them aside for now. Well, thanks for watching this video. I hope that you liked my video. I will try to make other videos in the upcoming weeks. Well, thank you. God bless you. See you next video.